This series aims to inspire teachers and community center managers to apply information technology in their teaching and learning environments. This is the fertile area of Tzaneen in the Limpopo province. The area is renowned for banana, orange, avocado, nut, and even tea farming. Many of the people who work on these farms live in the nearby township of Nkowankowa. The Tifumbeni Community Center is located here, and its aim is to uplift and help the community. Cohen Chipalana is the course coordinator of an e-learning program offered by the center. This course is aimed at the professional development of educators in the area. Cohen believes in the concept of lifelong learning.
Lifelong learning, it's a learning that takes place on a day-to-day basis, because every day you cannot reach a ceiling and say you cannot learn everything. You don't know everything. Everything and new things comes into the market, new knowledge is required, so you learn every day until you die.
To be relevant, useful, and ultimately marketable in the workplace, adults need to find ways to acquire new skills. It is not always possible for adults to go back to school, but one way in which they can learn is by using computers to access e-learning or internet-based education. In the past few years, many excellent institutions have started offering courses over the internet. Some courses require fees, others not. Most of these courses are run using a combination of face-to-face meetings and internet interactivity. Adult learning is very different to the way in which children learn at school. Adult learners tend to explore courses only if they can see a reason for doing so.
You can make a game when you teach children, but when you do with the adults, you must have a certain knowledge and method that you have to teach. Some today, they've got technology phobia and all that. You need to coax them and make it interesting for them and encourage them. Adults are more focused than children, because children, they can concentrate up to a particular time. The minute they get bored, and then their focus diverts to other things, whereas with adults, they are focused on that particular thing.
Adults also have problems balancing other responsibilities such as parenting, housework, and job demands. Time management is very important.
It was very, very difficult, especially when it comes to time. You know, we have to go to our work. 12 o'clock we have to come in, and then we sacrifice. We knock off at 4 o'clock. So it needs sacrificing, dedication, and also commitment.
It's a bit demanding and difficult. It needs one to really commit himself or herself. And with computers, I think we found this a bit easier.
An e-learning course often has an advantage. The computer allows adult learners to access the material on the internet as and when they have time, be it early morning or late at night.
For an adult, an online course is the best, because you are able to communicate with somebody who's at a distance. Online learning, you meet people from different areas, from far away, and it's quicker and easier and cheaper to a certain extent.
The course Cohen is offering is called the Educators Network. This course was compiled by SchoolNet South Africa. It aims to equip educators with new ICT skills. Initially, a face-to-face session is run by a SchoolNet facilitator, someone like Cohen.
At the moment, there are 18 modules, and each teacher or principal is free to choose any type of model as long as there's a mentor for that particular module.
The material required for the various modules is supplied on CD-ROM. The educators can run it on any machine that has a CD-ROM drive. This speeds up the download time and saves costs associated with being online. The adult learners read through the modules, and at certain points, they engage in an activity or reflection session where they are required to respond to the lesson. They respond by emailing either other learners doing the same course in other parts of the country, or they respond to a mentor.
A mentor is your online supervisor or teacher. He is the one that advises you, correct your stuff, and coordinate whatever module you're doing.
Cohen's class are gathered today at the community center as they need his input, as well as access to the community center's computers. They would usually work at school or in the privacy of their own homes, but Tifumbeni offers access to the internet for those who cannot always get it elsewhere.
When we first came here, I wasn't sure what to expect as far as computers are concerned, but as time went by, we ended up knowing a lot, and I can confidently say my level has improved a lot.
It is very absorbing and very easy. When I started, I felt it's going to be difficult, but after some few weeks, I felt I was so acquainted with it and enjoyed it.
It was very nice when we do the module or the program. We email it and the mentor will reply and, explaining to us how, successful we were. So I find it very much interesting. And I think programs like this should continue if possible, so that more and more educators should get a chance of being involved.
The EDN course is just one of many e-learning courses that are offered on numerous subjects. However, a common component of nearly all these courses is the need for learners to have the skills to send and receive email. Let us have a quick look at how to receive, send and store email messages using Microsoft Outlook. For the purpose of this episode, we're using Microsoft Outlook 2003. Click on the Start button in the bottom left-hand corner. Select Programs or All Programs. From the submenu, select MS Office and then click on MS Outlook 2003. We are only interested in the Mail component of Outlook, so make sure that the Mail tab is selected. Start by making sure that your computer is connected to the internet. If your computer is connected to the internet via a modem, make sure that the modem is turned on and plugged in. If you're connected to the internet via a network, make sure that your computer is connected to the network. Once you're connected, return to MS Outlook and click on the Send and Receive button at the top of the screen. If you have emails waiting for you, it will download them into your inbox in MS Outlook. You can choose how to organize your incoming mail by clicking on the tabs at the top of the inbox window. You can sort it according to who it is from, subject matter, or the date on which the email was received. The first email received in this example was from someone called Lynette Nagel. To read one of the emails, double-click the email listing and the email will load its own window, taking up the whole screen. The emails that you have not seen appear as bold in the inbox list with a little closed envelope. The emails that you have already looked at appear in the list as normal text with the envelope open. To create and send an email, click on the New button at the top left-hand side of the screen. A new email window will appear with empty fields. Fill in the email address of the person you wish to send an email to in the To field. The format of an email address is username followed by an @ sign, then the institution name, institution type, and then the country's abbreviation. If you wish to send the email to more than one person, add a semicolon at the end of the first email address and then enter the address of the next person. In the CC field, insert any email addresses of other people who need copies of the email but who do not necessarily need to act on it. In the subject field, insert a brief description of a few words describing the email. You do this because it will allow the person who is receiving the email to see at a glance what the message is about, and it will also help you to sort your mail at a later stage. Now it's time to type your message in the large text field directly below the subject field. Remember, an email is a formal document, so keep your tone professional and use the correct grammar and spelling throughout. When you have finished your message, select the Send button. If you are still connected to the internet, then your message will disappear from the screen and be delivered almost simultaneously, many thousands of kilometers away. If you are not connected to the internet, the message will be stored in a folder called the Outbox and will only be sent when you press the Send and Receive button once you are connected to the internet again. A quick way to reply to someone who has already sent you an email, such as a mentor in an e-learning course, is to click on the Reply button. The new mail window already has the person's email address inserted into the To field, and the subject in their message is transferred to your new message. To organize your email, it is a good idea to develop a file structure to store individual messages. To create a new folder, right-click on Personal Folders and select New Folder from the submenu. In the Create New Folder window, insert a name for the folder and click on OK. The new folder will now appear in your All Mail Folders list. To place messages into a new folder, simply select the message in the central panel. Click and drag it over the folder in the left-hand panel. It's that easy. Create folders for as many categories of mail you think you may receive. For example, school mail, personal, e-learning messages, etc. So, you are now armed with an email program, an internet connection, and are ready to start an e-learning course. But where can you access these courses? Ask your community center coordinator or a school counselor in your area to investigate e-learning possibilities. If you want to search for yourself, select an institution and go to their website to see what courses they have on offer. It is also a good idea to do a Google search. Google can be accessed at www.google.com. Type in the requirements of the course you are looking for and see if it can find any results. Another alternative is to visit sites like www.training-classes.com, which offers lists of courses available elsewhere on the internet. You will be amazed at what is available.
If we ever as a country are going to achieve anything, it's that we should see to it that each learner, each educator have an access to a computer. If we want to achieve what has been aimed at by 2013, that everybody in South Africa should be computer literate, we should have started yesterday actually to deliver computer and educate teachers, because there's nothing you can do nowadays without a computer. Everywhere you go, at my home, everywhere people phone you, they want to know where, who can donate computers. So life will never be the same without computers nowadays.